mean eating poi and pizza? Who the hell would do that? Eat poi and pizza. Who does that? Idiots do that. You get diarrhea, you go eat poi and pizza.
You should go in the middle. You can be on Oreo.
I should be the one that
Actually, he is in the middle.
Yeah.
He is
This
Oreo.
guy.
2 browns and all. What's up, aloha? My name is Chris.
I'm Tony.
Welcome back to the Point Pizza Podcast. Today we have a very, very special guest
Yay!
with us. Finally, able to get him off of his schedule at last.
That's right. Thank you for...
Because he's always busy. So
Thank you guys for having me
yeah,
today.
Mr. Kaimi Chung from Walters Electric Inc.
Inc. That's
Yes.
right. Yeah,
Thank you for remembering that, Mike.
Of course, very important.
Oh, Chris. What's
Very
your name?
important.
Mike,
dude.
Chris.
Whatever you
I
like,
have a hard
bro.
time
You
with
call me
calling
Mike.
Mike,
You
bro.
no, you know.
Yeah.
I know you're the kind that can call him Mike. I can't. I know him as Mike. I know him as Chris.
Well, it's because of the skin color.
Mike is Hawaiian. That's
What's
right.
my brown name?
No hell.
Paole.
So we're very
I
happy.
knew it. That was good.
We're really, really happy to have Kaimi with us today. I know one of the things that we just, let's just get right on it, man. One of the things that we've been talking about, and a lot of you have been responding. But we've been talking about Tony's house, right? And about how
Or
long
lack thereof.
yeah, or the incompletion of Tony's house and how long it's taken in the county building. And Kaimi, because he is co-founder, owner of Walters Electric, he has a lot of experience, right? As far as with the county of Hawaii,
Yes.
the planning department.
You mean your house not done yet?
We haven't put concrete down there.
Oh, I thought I wired it already.
What, you charged me yet?
That's right. You didn't pay it.
But question for you.
Yeah.
Why? Where's the disconnect with the county on why it takes so long to get permits here on the Big Island? I can't wrap my brain around it.
I think for one, they're not sure how to process on permit, because you take a permit in and then they turn around and tell you need to revise what our application, or they had too many changes. New how can I say it? New administration just had. But yeah, can't answer that question why it takes so long. I mean, we get the same houses being built packages, same architect, engineers, same contractors, but for every project there is 4 to 5 average revisions on one plan, and can be the same package house. And I think it's they're not consistent enough.
Right.
And we need, honestly, we need people to make decisions inside there. We don't have the decision makers.
And they just hired 4 new inspectors, right? But that's not what they needed.
Yeah, we need way more plan reviewers.
And we need an engineer.
Well, I'm not the thing I see that we can have all these plan reviewers, plan engineers, and then when it goes out to the field, the inspector makes another call. I think that
They're not on the same page.
yes,
There's no congruency. That's what you mean by not consistent. Everybody's get their own
opinion of how
on
one
that.
job's supposed to be.
Oh, okay, I see.
But how can you take the same package house that, say,
Hundreds of people in you do
thousands
Yeah, thousands. Yeah.
in the same area and get different remarks from whoever will plan review it?
Right.
And the thing is that, I mean, we should have some kind of segregation in county where you get good engineers, good drafters, good contractors. These things should fly right through.
Right.
Because honestly, waiting 6 to 8 weeks for one permit is unexcusable.
It's silly.
Oh, no. I didn't wait 6 to 8 weeks. I waited 14 weeks
Well,
Yeah.
that's Like,
for a 500 square foot box.
Yes.
'cause they
and-
discriminate.
Yeah,
against white people.
Because I was
that's
white. No, it's not. It's not. It could be, but it's not.
I don't know.
But here's what
the
they
head,
tell me.
The head planning review guy is white.
I know. So here's my issue with that. So I start calling them around week 9, and I'm saying, hey, how long does it take? Like, you guys told me 4 to 6. Then you tell me 6 to 8. Now, it's 9 weeks. What's going on? They say, well, we have your stuff. Come on down and get it. So I'm thinking I'm going down to pick up my permit, right? They say, well, it's denied. you need to, there's something wrong with the trusses. I said, well, we're not doing trusses. We're doing a slab or a shed roof. And they said, well, you just have to X to show you're not doing trusses. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? You turned it down for that? I said, yeah. So I have to do the X's, but then I got to go to Smelker, right? To have him stamp it. He's only there one day a week. So I go to him, I get it stamped, I go turn it in. Now that was from the building. It went all the way through. Building division said, nope, you got to do these X's. So I get it. 2 more weeks or 2.5 more weeks go. I'm calling. I'm like, dude, this is ridiculous. So I go down there again. I sit down with Neil, and he says, okay, Tone, because I called Lonnie. So we're sitting down there, and I said, Neil, so we're ready to go. He says, no. He says, you're 1 foot too far overhang here, so I can't approve it. I said, wait a minute. You guys said all I needed to do was the X's. So now you're telling me that it's changed. I said, your department looked at it and said, if I bring these changes in, you're going to approve it. Now you're telling me, no, you're not going to approve it. You said, well, it was a different person who looked at it. I said, so you guys aren't on the same page?
That is the problem.
That's the problem.
And so, Lonnie's trying to tell me, like, calm down because she wants me to get my permit, but I'm getting fired up. And I'm saying, I don't understand why you guys tell me one thing, I make the changes, you tell me something different, because the whole thing was like that from the beginning. I sat down with planning. I said, this is what I'm going to do. They said, go ahead. I have all my plans drawn up. I go submit it. They said, nope, you can't do that. It is a cluster beep over there.
No, it is. I mean, I had a mainland engineering firm where they do multi-million-dollar churches and
Huge structures.
whole structures, and they're on their 7th revision with them.
What?
And most of the thing is just detailing on the plans of just notes that is general notes and stuff. But the problem is that, like, even this mainland company from Utah told me that why can't they tell us all one time so we can make the changes?
Right.
There's no standard form. And
so that's the problem right there.
That is the problem.
Everybody needs to be on the same page.
There's no consistency, nobody talking to each other. It's pretty bad. And these plans, when I was talking to this guy, it almost feels like that the engineers here is correcting his work, but then take no responsibilities. When you have a structural engineer, when you hire somebody like Robert Smelker, and you hire a licensed contractor like ourselves or Honga Contracting or anybody that get one license, ultimately in our state of Hawaii, the contractor has the all responsibility.
Right.
It falls on the contractor. But then we are forced to get all these engineering involved in the permitting process. And I can promise you, I've been in the business. My dad opened from 77.
In your diapers.
I've been around, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I've been around the county building a lot. And these last 7 to 8 years is the worst I've ever seen it, ever.
Wow.
Is it from the administration or where does the change need to happen?
There's such a disconnect from the I won't even say it, up from the mayor's office down to the building division director or planning director for whole public works, and then down to all the deputies, chiefs, everybody. I had them all 3 in front of me one time, and they all told me, I don't know. So who do we ask? The clerks? I mean, who makes the decision,
Right.
Because you guys got appointed or you guys got chosen to make these decisions to make the process faster. We don't see it faster. We see it expensive. I just give you one example. Photovoltaic, when I started in 2008, permits used to cost me $25, $50. Now it's up to $500 to $600.
Oh, serious?
And we got to get electrical engineers. On some cases, we got to get structural engineer. And even to today, we still got to make revisions on something that is cut and dry, put on the exact same house. I can see if it was a ground mount or something drastically different. But if you have an existing house, existing roof, panels fit,
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. It should just go through. But it still takes photo. I get permits inside there since beginning of August.
Wow.
I heard, and I don't know how much validity there is to this, so maybe we should have a irresponsible sounder. I heard, okay, disclaimer, not fact. I heard that there's a stack of permits that are approved that the clerks, the ladies just haven't gotten to, because when I went back in and I looked Neil in the eyes and I said, so when I turn this into you, I'm gonna get my permit, yes? And he said, yes. When you fix this last thing, I'm gonna sign off on it. You're gonna be good to go. So I get that last thing signed. I go in and I sit down and I say, the ladies come up to ask me and say, can I help you? I said, no, I'm waiting for Neil. It's like, well, he's on lunch. I said, I'll wait. I waited like 45 minutes, and I sat there until Neil got back. And he came over, and I handed him the plans, and I said, okay, Neil, here's everything that you said that you needed. I'll wait here for my permit. He says, well, Tony, he says, I'm going to sign off on it, but the girls are really backed up, so it's still going to be another couple weeks. I said, wait a minute. Are you freaking kidding me?
Wow.
You just told me if I got these fixed, I could get my permit. This is 14 weeks I'm going on.
Yep.
And so he says, well, here, I'm going to sign it. It's approved. Look, here's my signature. It's approved. It's going to go on a stack. But I heard that stack is sitting there with a stack of approved permits that the girls, that when you call and pester them, then they go look for them. But instead, I don't understand why they wouldn't just go and clear that pile out. And I mean, they're sitting at their desks doing God knows what. I walk in there and they're all sitting at their desks. Nobody's signing or going over anything.
Okay. I'm going to speak in behalf of the clerks, and I'm going to tell you why that is happening. Because of the sole inconsistency. Imagine you one guy walking in there and asking all these questions to the clerks. There's at least 50 a day that walks inside there asking the questions, what's wrong? What do we need done? And the girls don't know.
Because there's a bunch of different answers that would come from different people.
Exactly. And I told them this. The way that you guys should do it is have one of your engineers sit in the front, have the clerks process.
Right.
Because you have clerks answering questions that they cannot answer. Yeah. And then they got to go call the plan reviewer to, I mean, even for me, I'm a contractor and been around the game. I need translation sometime of what they're asking. It's like, wow.
It's not clear then.
It's not clear.
Oh.
And that is the problem, the inconsistency. And because of that, it creates frustration. I mean, I heard that there are different unions inside there. That's why they cannot, jump on somebody. But I look at it as building department, planning, public works is for the community.
Yeah. Yeah, they serve the people. At the end of the day, they serve the people.
And
it's a service.
Imagine you one person that lives here and you're going through this. Imagine the people who coming in and they want to invest into our lovely island and stuff. And then, boom, they got to go. It's a nightmare.
It's a nightmare.
I mean, I heard somebody one time and I was on the plane and she was so embarrassed. She didn't want to give me her TMK and stuff. I said, no, I don't need to be your contractor, but I want to go ask them why I want 20 by 20 patio on slab taking a year and a half for your permit.
Wow.
And it could be it's lost. I mean, they get these multi-million-dollar babysitter Papa Okahi that they spent 4 years ago, and I call them the big babysitter because all it does is it watches your plan jump from stage to stage, and not to this one area, but I see building plan review takes weeks. Everybody else within a day, that takes weeks, in which we get them pre-engineered. Drafting is done by one architect, licensed drafter, and then you get the contractor putting them on. Why does it take that long? One photovoltaic permit, one 20 panel system costs just as much to build one whole 1,200 square foot house.
Wow.
And I heard that you can go to Kona.
Well, that's what I was going to. I kind of want to comment on that real quick. So, and like the reason why I was wanted to be careful is because I don't know if I let the cat out of the bag, but not you heard, it's confirmed.
Oh, right.
Because I was told go to Kona. Why does it take? It took a week and a half to get my permit down in Kona. Why is Kona and Hilo like my house got built like 2 years ago? Okay, so I was told by someone, go Kona, you can get them faster. I went out to Kona, I took my permit there. A week and a half later, they called me and said, gonna be on Wednesday. They called me and said, gonna be ready by Friday. So we went in the next Monday to make sure, and it was done. 2 weeks.
And yes, that is
why
true.
Why is it such
the same oversight?
No, and it's because they get consistency and they don't sweat the small stuff. They make their changes again. There's such a lack of communication.
So do you think there's a lot of on the Hilo side, too many chiefs trying to run the show? Is it?
I think everybody's trying to
overrule the last guy.
or
Complicated.
No, they're just trying to overrule a guy that said something before or whatever, right? That sounds like what
they want to be the authority figure of the.
So what would be your solution? Tell everybody, what would be your solution? Because I know there's going to be a lot of people who because they all get the same question, right?
My solution is that you should have an engineer in the front answering the questions. Somebody who specializes in all aspects and know the changes that are going to be made. then have that engineer take in the questions and stuff, let the clerks process. Because right now, it's like the clerks, you bring it in, and then you have to go through them, and they're going to check, oh, TMK correct, blah, blah, blah. And now they're doing technical stuff, like, oh, your setbacks is this, or that, or, you know, they're going to need these drawings or that drawings. And that by them processing one plan takes them about 20 to 30 minutes. Well, they shouldn't be. They should be processing permits.
Right.
Because if I go in for a service permit, like one electrical meter upgrade, and the head inspector signs off it in a day when he gets the application, it can take up to a week to 2 just to get the permit. And I cannot do nothing without that magic permit number. I cannot move Helco to schedule.
Right.
And everything is based on now permit numbers. But if I was a guy that running this, if I get the contractor had no complaints. One, the house is being built where there's no problems with seismic, flood zone, or just straight standard. Say you buy one lot on 31st Paradise Drive, where you get no
flood zone issues,
no
lava
no
issues.
nothing, no lava issues, no wind, seismic, and then you get Robert Smelka. That should be given out in the same day.
Done deal, yeah.
Done deal. Same house, same trusses. I mean, it's all the same footprint. Most of the houses is built on package homes.
Yeah.
Pre-manufactured engineered trusses. Because ultimately, again, I'm going to emphasize this, that no matter what county do and make all these revisions and all these changes that they want, and they overruling our engineer, the contractor is still responsible for the project.
Oh.
Now, I can see if you're on contractor that always get problems, always fighting with the county, then you got to put them in you go the long way until you get it correctly.
Yeah.
Because it's frustrating that, honestly, construction on our island is one of the things that help boost the economy.
Sure.
When I making money, I spending money.
Yes.
I mean, we've been out
way
too many times.
Way too many times.
I mean, and the money just flow. We keep people employed. But then when we no more permits, we standing around.
Right, and people kind of go to work.
You know, and I emphasize that to the county officials that, you know, they get their check every 2 weeks or how quarterly, or, I mean, however they get them. But mine depend on what they do for
Right.
us. My workers and their families depend on the permitting aspect of it.
So now if there's people out there who like thinking about building one house, right? What's your advice to them on trying to move that permit process a lot faster? Like, what's the, what would you tell someone who's starting the whole process and they want to get their permit faster than 14 weeks or 1 year? Like, what's your advice to them?
First, you got to pick your qualified contractor, not your friend of your friend that heard this. Then you got to get a good draft person. The plan's clean and went through the process.
And make sure you get Walters Electric Inc. as your
Electrician,
electrical contractor.
I mean, we
Prices
competitive.
won't shock you.
It will. I mean, sometimes it's cheap, sometimes it's expensive, but it's a service that we give.
Yes, and I can vouch for that. I can vouch for that service because months after Kaimi was done in my house, I told him about one little plug that was blinking in my house, and he sent somebody right over. Small little thing like that. Like, I know other, electrical contractors will be like, it's a small little thing. We'll get to it when we get to it. Kaimi dealt with it the next day.
And the bomb switch?
No. I'm not telling nobody about that. It's my secret.
Oh, that's
He does secret switches. but
he does
also,
secret switches.
Yeah, but also he goes, like, he thinks ahead of time because he knows stuff that you're going to want that you don't know that you want.
Yeah.
Like
the switch in my bedroom.
No. Not just that, but like when we showed him our plans and we knew that the guest house was set back from the house, he says, well, you're probably going to want a floodlight, going to
the
back to the mom's house. Like, well, oh yeah. He's like, but I never thought about that. But it made sense. So so it's very important. Make sure that you go with quality people. There's no question who we prefer. And thank you
for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
For sure. I mean, 3 generations of quality, bruh. Like, there's no question. You know what I mean? We know.
And going back, it's not we here dissing county. I mean, we kind of are, but yes, we are. but we need improvement.
We need change,
Yes.
And that's not hearing just from the clients is hearing from the contractors, and
We gotta deal with it every day.
every day.
Every
I mean,
day.
I go in there later on to go talk to an engineer and about a plan that this is the second time coming out, and why they never catch on the first time, and they looking at me like, why you never catch them? I was going, well, I never knew it was required. There's no
There's no standard.
there's
Right.
no standard,
Yeah, there's no
and
standard.
that's the problem. It's like how you feel that they, Walters again. They're making too much jobs.
Slow them down.
Slow them down. I mean,
what it feels like.
it's what it feels like. But
Yeah.
I know it's not the case, and it's lack of leadership. I see it is lack of leadership.
It starts at the top.
I mean, Mr. DeMarco was only there a little while. He left already, right? And now they get on acting director, and then get Mr. David Yamamoto is the deputy chief. But somebody gotta make those.
So it needs to be
The
somebody needs to
decision
take
ma-
accountability
yeah.
and then make the decision.
I mean, I've been in there, and then they blame the head plan reviewer, which is Mr. Erickson, and then they blame the plan reviewer, and then they blame the clerks, and I'm going, dude, that's a
Everyone's
lot.
pointing fingers.
Like for me, if I stand in front of my employees and my team, I'm giving them the decision. I'm telling them how I
Sure.
want things done.
because at the end of the day, the customer holds you responsible.
Exactly.
Because you're the main guy.
And we should do the same with the county.
Yeah.
And you ask, and it's nothing to do with the inspectors. You ask any inspector, we comply with whatever they do within the same day. If they come, hey, Kaimi, we need extra staples on this wire, or hey, you gotta upsize that wire gauge. We usually accommodate them the same day because
Yeah.
we waited so long for the permit that we don't want to hold up anybody else.
Right.
That's my whole
Yeah.
thing, that we don't want to hold up any sub. We don't
Yeah.
want to hold up any
Because already late because of the permit, right?
Right, and
the
that's-
project's already scheduled.
And that's
the
my
project
problem.
schedule's already
That's
out
my problem
behind.
why I don't have concrete. Because it took so long to get my permit.
They had to go do
my
other
concrete
jobs,
guys had to go
sure.
take other jobs.
Of course.
And so
And
now
now
I
we
get
gotta
pushed
wait.
to the back of the pile.
And that's what it is now. We cannot schedule. We gotta go who get permit first.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then like for me too, I gotta work with Helco, and I gotta make sure Helco can give me my approval and set up the date. So, yeah, I can see you guys' frustration, but I mean, if somebody new wanted to go in the house, first start with one good idea of what you wanna build, where you wanna build, and go with one
Good licensed contractor.
And there's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way I can do it all. I would love to, but I
Sure.
cannot. But
Sure.
I mean,
But you do have experience in terms of like, because I think like some people are gonna watch this and they're gonna say, oh, he's an electrical guy. So let's make it clear, because I know that you do have experience in terms of advising people on whole house building, correct?
yes.
Yeah.
At one time, I was on project coordinator prior to taking over
Yeah.
the business
I
in
recall.
2000. Yeah. I was involved in Hilolani, but I've been building homes always since
Yeah.
1993, 94 with your brother, your older brother.
Yeah,
Me and him
yeah.
used to build a lot of homes,
Yeah.
and I learned a lot through him.
Yeah.
I mean, but the
And pretty
process,
kick-ass.
yeah, kick ass. The house is all standing still yet, yeah.
Yep.
And even through floods. and yeah, we've been around a long time, and I remember going in there as a small kid. My dad used to get permits in the same day, and
Yeah.
now it takes weeks.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand, but I try to go with the flow. I want to try take all my paperwork prepared and make sure it's all correct. I mean, I hired people to just double check that.
Right.
To make sure that all the dots are I's, the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, but still we get kicked out with revision.
Well,
And
it is what it is, bro.
And it is crazy. There is no house that was built that Robert Smelka at the end doesn't have to sign on, not an architect, engineer.
real?
letter. No house.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, we should have on contest. Somebody can tell they
No, that's
built
true.
one
Because he had
whole.
to sign mine too again.
There's always a letter at the end that he gotta say. So if
Yeah.
you gotta do that,
It's true.
why don't just let us have all responsibilities?
Yeah, and then let him just.
and let have the county inspectors do what we gotta do.
Yeah.
Because it's the review process, and if it's the same house package, same house plan, I don't see why it cannot be done quicker. Yeah.
No,
Good.
I agree.
Yeah.
And sorry, Tony, y'all's taking 14 minutes.
Well, so suggestion, another tip. If you're going to be building a house, tip number 1, do not move in with your in-laws before you pull a permit. Let me just put that out there.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I love my in-laws.
Sure.
My mother-in-law's probably gonna watch this. I love you. But I know you want us out as bad as we want us. So just note to self, if you're gonna pull a permit with the county, stay in the house you're at now.
And then put a
Once
permit.
you get your permit, then maybe move in with the in-laws and get the things rolling.
And you know what the funny thing is that I feel bad about people at that,
What?
especially new clients, when like yourself, when they gotta do loans, right?
Yeah.
They get the property loan.
Oh yeah, because you have a time limit.
Yes, you
That
gotta
you need a permit
you
for.
gotta purchase that
The rate.
the rate.
Yeah, you gotta lock in the
And
rate.
you know, 2 months of interest only payments is a lot.
It's a lot.
Yep.
And then if they're renting someplace and they got a schedule to move out of that place to go back in
Yep.
Yeah.
to your new house, then they
Yeah.
put some pressure on the contractor to complete the job. And you know, our beautiful island, we gotta worry about weather. you
Well,
know?
yeah, because we were paying 2 mortgages at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we were paying our mortgage that the house was living in, and we were also paying
Construction loan.
the construction loan interest only. So it was like paying 2 mortgages at the same time.
And
It gets crazy.
And for us, we think about that. We don't ask for no down because we know how long that process takes sometime. And it's unfortunately sometimes, yes, we got to drive all the way corner for us on contractor to drive out there and go do plans and permits when we should have the same county. It's almost like when you pass one horseshoe, it's like different rules, you know, like Junkin Pole. You know, they get different rules or
Yeah.
Chase Master.
Yeah.
I mean, Lapoy was always correct in the rules. Hilo guys used to make...
Shortcuts.
Shortcuts,
Shortcuts.
yeah.
La Boya was on shortcuts, bro.
So,
La Boya was on shortcuts.
had to put the plug on.
Junk,
All right.
Junk and pull.
Let's move. Huh? You don't know what Junkin Po is?
Oh. Rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, why didn't you say that?
Because we
it's
call it
Junkin
Junkin
Po.
Po.
No, it was Junkin Po before it was rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, we
It
invented
was a
that.
Japanese
You did
game.
not invent that.
That was
It was
in
a Japanese
Lapoy.
game. It was a Japanese
Get
game.
to these questions, man.
Junkin
Get to
Po.
these- get to
Okay,
these
we got to
questions.
move on because we spent a lot of time about the counting, and I know it drives people crazy. But thank you, Kaimi, for sharing your knowledge and all of your experience with all of our listeners, because it is a big deal right here on the Big Island. But anyway, I wanted to get to this. So this is something that we put together for you,
All right.
okay? Which is why
Don't say all right
which
yet.
is why I needed you to drink the coffee this morning, but you
Okay.
didn't want to. But anyway, it's called Truth Serum. Okay?
Truth Serum, okay.
So Truth Serum means you just drank something from us,
Okay.
and you have to tell the truth.
Patron.
You gotta
usually
answer
does it.
every. You gotta answer. It's not Patron, but
Okay.
you gotta answer every question truthfully.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, you ready? Okay, number 1, Walmart or Target?
Ooh, Target.
Okay. Why? Less picos.
I know that one.
No, I sorry, but I like Target because it's way cleaner,
Okay.
Yeah.
better products.
Okay. HPM or Home Depot?
HPM.
Yeah, service is better. I agree. Okay, I shave or shave ice?
Oh, I shave all the way. Oh, that's a Hilo tea. Honolulu, you guys biting.
Okay, is it Bondo or Bondo?
Bondo.
Okay.
Wrong. That is
It-
wrong.
Okay.
Is it James Bond or is it James Bond?
It should have said James Bond. Because you watch.
Filipino version
Wait,
is
did you
Bond.
watch every movie? What does he do?
He says, I'm Bond. James Bond.
It's a Filipino. I don't want
Well, the Filipinos love that. You know?
Okay. Is Harry Kim going to make the Big Island great again?
Ooh.
Truth Serum, bro.
I really love Mr. Kim. I mean, what I love about him, he has the old style, the love and aloha for everybody.
Okay.
But we need development.
So is Harry Kim going to make the Big Island great again? Yes or no?
We'll see.
You should be a politician too.
We'll see.
You ain't Cohen.
Nah, I know him personally, and I mean, he has plenty good ideas, but we gotta put them in action. And the only way we're going to start is development, and we gotta get development in our county buildings and public works working all together. It's sad that they're not. They gotta become Pono again and be all. I mean, Mr. Harry Kim, he's one of. I admire that he, if he knows you, he walks up and say, "Hey, good morning, hello, give you a big hug."
Yeah.
You know, and I really don't like talk to him about all the problems that are going through, but maybe we might have to go to that route and go there
I think it's time to set up a meeting.
Set up a meeting.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. What is the worst brand of beer you've ever drank?
Ooh.
Give you the most bitterest beer face. Come on. I know you drank a lot. So don't pretend like you don't know.
I don't think I have a bad beer.
You've never had a bad beer.
Only if they made them cold, hot. And then it's not cold, but a cold beer is obvious. It's pretty good. But I mean,
my answer is every beer I've ever had.
The alcoholic's answer. All beer is good.
I mean, the bad ones is the one that I gotta pay for, I guess.
Wait. And he has to pay for some.
That's right.
Yes.
Right here.
Okay.
Right here.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. All right. If you weren't in the construction industry, what industry would you be in? Cheap and deals.
Adult entertainment industry. Nah. Bars. Probably in a bar business.
Okay. What is something that you do that makes you feel old?
Get up in the morning. Sorry.
Put on my glasses.
Okay. If you saw Tony in the back of a police car, what do you think he'd be there for?
Pedophile.
How in 2 weeks is this the answer that comes? How do I come across as a guy that drives a white van with no windows and sitting in the back of a car because of pedophilia?
Okay.
I hate you. Okay. I'm coming up with the questions next week.
If you saw me on the street other than Hawaiian, what nationality would you think I am? See? Be honest, Truth Serum, bro. Truth Serum.
Hawaiian. I know.
Besides Hawaii.
Besides Hawaii.
If you saw me other than Hawaii, what nationality would you think I am? Showing you my teeth right now.
Micro.
Say it one more time.
Micro Polynesian.
Okay. All right. Have you ever lied to your kids to avoid taking them to the county fair?
Yes.
What was the lie?
Yeah, I gotta hear yours.
Tony lied to his kids this year.
It was a good one though.
Yeah.
When rain and we won't get all muddy, and I heard the food junk.
Okay.
I basically told my kids that the tickets did not allow me in. So, and they're 5 and 7, so I said you can't go in by yourself.
Yeah. Have you ever lied? Oh wait. Have you ever told people that you're related to NFL defensive back Patrick Chung?
Yes. Why, we don't look alike?
Yeah. What's the most money you ever lost in Las Vegas?
Oh, I gotta plead the fifth.
Okay. If you were an act in a traveling circus, what act would you be?
The ring announcer.
Okay, last one.
Good answer.
Give us your thoughts on Colin Kaepernick.
Very talented guy. Poor coaching, poor receivers. I think he's a good football player. He just lost his confidence, you know. And this whole kneeling and protesting, if it's just, how they say it, civil protest. How they pronouncing them now is non-confrontational protest is okay. Everybody should have their right in America to protest what they like. Look, we protesting against the county the way we like.
Yeah.
Other people, you know, I can name several contractors that they don't even gotta wait in line, that they get their permits out and we do the same work. So
Great point. Okay, perfect, terrific. Well, thank you very much for playing Truth Serum with us. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you very much for your honesty.
you're welcome.
Speaking of honesty, I gotta tell you one thing before we go. I'm driving into town today, and I call him, and I always prompt everybody, "Hey, you're on speakerphone with my girl."
Yeah.
Right? And so we just get lost in conversation. I'm dropping on him and Ziggy off at school, and he says, "We're talking about the Raiders and crap." And I said, "Oh, you know they're going to change their logo, right?" And he says, "Oh yeah, to what?" I said, "A pole dancer." And he says, "All right." He says, "But don't you got 2 little girls in your back seat with you?" I said, "Oh crap!
Daddy,
How are you reminding me that?"
Daddy, what's up, pole dancer? Can I be a pole dancer too, Daddy?
So I told her, "I'm gonna call you back."
And no, that was the first time you never, you know, when
I never prompted. Yeah, I usually prompt you.
Yeah.
Good stuff, bro.
But I could hear them in the background, so I knew I watched my language already. Every time when he called, I gotta watch my language.
I know. I wish you would do that.
Yeah, but he let me get all the way to pole dance. He knew that.
I didn't know you was going there, but I would love a logo like that. It would be like the Air Jordan on pole sideways.
on his face, he's out.
Yeah. And he's like, see?
He's got the
You
tongue
guys
out.
like that, huh?
Oh,
You guys
fucking
like
terrible.
Raiders? That should be our new logo.
Yes, there you go.
Terrible.
Instead of the crying Jordan face, it's the pole dancer holding it up.
And for all the Hawaii Raider fans, Tony lives at blank.
Just for the record,
Just for the record.
there's only one person in this room today that his team won this past Sunday. That would be me.
Yeah.
Even the sun shines on the dog's ass.
Miami Dolphins.
Well, we cannot say nothing about
Hey, we
Miami
beat a good
Dolphins.
team, man. We beat a good
Yeah, they
team.
beat a good
You
team.
guys lost
I mean-
to two bad teams.
Yeah.
We beat a good
However, I may have lost the game
team to a bad team.
to a bad team,
0-5.
but I still won this weekend because someone owes me 3 lunches.
Oh,
some
time out.
poo-poos, and-
I'm out. I want
Man,
them back.
No,
No,
it was 4 lunches.
Yeah, but I want them back.
You won 1 back.
Yeah.
So you still owe me 3 lunches.
3 lunches and poo-poos and drinks.
At this point, I'm going to own a restaurant really soon.
Yeah, real
Thanks to Kaimi
By the
Chung.
way, no. All right, we gotta wrap it up already because
Yeah.
we're way over time. Thanks a lot for joining us. We go do shout outs right now.
Yeah.
So you can do a shout out first, or
Sure, I'll do a shout out. Actually, my shout out is not going to the county today, but it is going to go to Kaimi. Kaimi's been a proud supporter of us.
from the beginning.
From the beginning. And honestly, you guys, we're not just when we decided to go with Kaimi for electric. I had conversations with Chris because we were going to try to do a lot, and it just we would not go anywhere else. And I told him on the phone, we were talking, we're going over the plans and everything. I said, let's work this out, but we want to go with you. And I appreciate everything you do, especially your mom, guys. Your mom is so powerful and just so impactful in our community.
Yeah.
So thank you to your family for everything you guys do for the Big Island and the community. And thank you for your support. And thank you for what you do as a contractor. I mean, we appreciate it. And hopefully this knocks my price down a little bit. But
Not happening.
No, yeah. But my shout out, we do appreciate you. As much as we razz you, we appreciate you.
Yeah. And your guys back pretty. Your guys back.
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
good.
Oh, yeah.
No, you do. I always careful with what I say to you. I know it's coming back in the future, man. I know it's coming back in the future. All right, so my shout out today is going to, as you can see, I am wearing brand Stay Rooted. So my shout out goes out to my niece Kayla, Kaho Olopua, and the rest of her, the rest of the senior volleyball players. They all had senior week this week. Kayla goes to Waikea, and they were successful. But this is her, brand of shirt. You can see the collar coming out of the little volleyball. So shout out goes out to all of them. Congratulations on a terrific senior season.
My shout out go to my mom and dad for having me, so we could beat Kilka when we was 9 and 10. I mean, smash Kilka.
You had to go there. You had to go there.
That's how long I know this guy.
You had to go there.
I felt bad at Hilo Amri. He was sitting on the top
You had to
side.
go there.
He was eating his popsicle.
We came second. We came second.
Dripping the popsicle all over his shirt. I said, I'm sorry, because sometimes it happens.
We came
Somebody
second.
gotta win and somebody gotta lose. And we became friends since
We
then.
did, yes, we were friends that long.
And he was,
Whoop him and befriend him.
yeah.
beat us
But for real,
bad.
to my mom and dad for everything that they did and taught us, and
Yeah.
you know.
Sweet. And I love that family too. The Chung family, very beautiful family. Does a lot for the community, more than I think people even realize. A lot of things, particularly your mom.
We don't do it for the record.
Yeah, I know. But especially your
deserve
mom,
recognition.
everything that she's done in just constantly giving. La Boyhood Charter School, I know is a big, part of her heart too. So, thank you very much to her as well.
Seasiders.
Yeah.
We don't go in the ocean, but we stand on the side.
That's why it's called Seasiders.
I really don't know. All these years I go there, I don't know how we got that logo. What Seasiders is. Sorry.
All right, we will catch you guys next week. Thanks for joining us. I'm Chris.
I'm Tony.
And this is Kaimi. We will
Aloha.
see you guys. Have a good week. Keep your pizza hot and your poi fresh. Aloha.
What do you mean eating poi and pizza? Who the hell would do that? Eat poi and pizza. Who does that? Idiots do that. You get diarrhea, you go eat poi and pizza.